After the rather disappointing apparent ending that was Jurassic World Dominion, it appears that life has, found a way. Yes, the Jurassic World franchise is far from extinct, people, as Universal have finally dropped the first look at the incoming 7th installment into the series. We've also learned what this dino tale will be about, who certain superstar actors are going to be playing, and we've even seen a shiny new logo and title. It's all going down, and it's time to talk about it with my very own clever boy himself, Ewan. How do you feel, my friend?
I'm doing great. I mean, the dinosaurs are extinct to me in the sense that this franchise has not been bringing the delicious vibes for quite some time now. But I'm in that privileged position of being friends with loads of people who are like really pro dino, and I've learned today that you are a big dinosaur guy.
Dino.
So I feel like I've got to bring the energy of positivity to these proceedings. Even
we can see. We can have both sides, man. Both sides is good.
That's very, very true, because I'm glad that you're allowing me to be honest here, Gareth, because when I heard that they were doing a new Jurassic World movie, and with the cast that they had, and the premise that has come out in the last day, I did groan and despair slightly, and also laugh that Mahershala Ali was announced as Blade like 5 years ago, and this movie was announced this year, and Mahershala Ali is starring in the new Jurassic World movie before he's even suited up properly as Blade on screen for the first time. It's absolutely bonkers.
It is bonkers. It's just the Universal have not messed around with this at all. It was like, yep, we've ended this World trilogy. Lol joke. Here we go. It's another one. It's just like what? It caught a lot of people by surprise when this was initially announced. Like you said, like earlier this year, it was like, oh, what? We're going again, and now it's already being filmed. it's going to be dropping rather soon. And we've got all the details here, so I'm going to go into everything. So, Universal officially released the first look of this. Everyone's just jumped right on it, and we've got a lot of things. We've got a lot of things like who certain actors are playing. We've also got the plot summary, a lot of things. We've got the logo, got the title, which is Rebirth. So it's Jurassic World Rebirth. They are rebirthing the franchise from the sounds of it. This is, just for those who don't know, obviously Gareth Edwards is going to be directing this from a script that's written by David Coep, who obviously wrote the original Jurassic Park and the Lost World Jurassic Park. So he's got a lot of previous history with the Jurassic franchise. Like, two of in my opinion, the stronger, obviously the first one, but like the second one, like probably one of the stronger sequels that we've had in the Jurassic World. That's it. We mean it, man.
In the Jurassic World, it's nervous laugh.
It's in my bones. This is who I am. I can't deny it any longer. I'm a dino boy. I had dinosaur wallpaper all over my bedroom.
I'm a big Jurassic Park 3 guy. I really like
Jurassic Park 3.
With the Spinosaurus and the phone and everything. Yeah. And the Alan dinosaur. I love all that stuff.
Alan. Yeah. I used to pretend to be a Spinosaurus in the swimming baths. It was a good time. So that's who I was. We've got the official synopsis for the film now, so we know what's going down. And it said that it's going to be set 5 years following the events of Jurassic World Dominion, when the planet's ecology has proven largely inhospitable to dinosaurs. So it sounds like a lot of the dinosaurs have just not been able to adapt to our climate and the way the world is right now.
Too cold.
I wonder why, yeah. And but there are some that have. So those remaining exist in isolated equatorial environments, thank you very much, with climates resembling the one in which they once thrived. The three most colossal creatures within that tropical biosphere hold the key to a drug that will bring miraculous life-saving benefits to humankind. Dino drugs, then. Yep, cool. That's good to know.
Dino DNA.
Dino DNA. They've also got a bit of info when it comes to the characters themselves. So, we're going to dive into that. So, Scarlett Johansson is going to be playing a covert ops expert named Zora Bennett. I do like the name, I've got to say. Zora Bennett sounds badass. Who's been hired to lead the team extracting DNA from the three most gargantuan dinosaur species that have been left alive. So, Mahershala Ali, plays Zora's partner, Duncan Kincaid.
Kincaid.
Kincaid, yeah. So, Bailey who this is obviously, just going back here, Jonathan Bailey, is playing a paleontologist who's named Dr. Henry Loomis. Rupert Friend is playing Martin Krebs. Love that name. A representative of the drug conglomerate funding this expedition that we're doing. Then you've also got Philippine Velge, I'm going to go for. I'm going to mess this one up. Bashir Sylvan, I'm going to go for. And Ed Screen are going to be playing the rest of Zora's team who are on this expedition trying to find this dino DNA. They eventually then encounter a civilian family whose boating expedition has was capsized, by marauding aquatic dinos. I'm here for that. I need more aquatic dinos in my life. I don't think we've seen enough. Thought the Mosasaurus was severely underused in Jurassic World, the trilogy. So then, at that point, everyone becomes stranded on an island where they come face to face with a sinister, shocking discovery that's been hidden from the world for decades. And Manuel Garcia Rofo will be playing Ruben Delgado, who's the father of the family that's been shipwrecked in that story. And that family also includes Luna Blaise, David Iacono, and Audrina Miranda. So they're that family. So, yeah, it's a lot of information there. Obviously who's playing what and which character, what's going on with the story. The big thing for me was the whole sinister, shocking discovery thing. Initially in my head I was thinking, is this going to be a case of dinosaurs weren't really extinct all those millions of years ago, they've been thriving on this island.
They've been Skull Islanding it.
Exactly. But I was thinking that initially, but then the fact that it says hidden from the world for decades, they're going to bring back Hammond, aren't they? He's probably been on this island. They're going to go full bring back from the dead CG like we've had recently in other properties. I feel I wouldn't put it past this franchise right now. Just be remember this character? He's not actually dead all along. I've got a bad feeling, Ewan.
I wouldn't put it past Jurassic to do this because it is the most IP'd of IPable franchises at the minute, and for all the things that could have a sequel made for them, this feels like the most nakedly cynical. Going back to Jurassic World as the reboot, that movie to me was product placement, the movie, and just really didn't justify its own existence. And then obviously the films got worse as they went on. So yeah, I really hope it's not that. My joke was going to be that they've been milking the dinosaurs literally, and then we've been having the dinosaur milk, like the rat milk in The Simpsons. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think yours is maybe a little bit more plausible. Overall though, Gareth, this sounds really kind of just middling. And it's frustrating as well because it's captured Scarlett Johansson, who I think is probably one of the most talented actresses working today, but who has kind of been marauded in this weird action franchise space post-Marvel. You go back 10 years ago, she was doing really, really cool stuff Under the Skin. She was obviously in Asteroid City the other year, where she gave us a brilliant performance. And I'm not going to discount her work here already, but playing a covert ops leader who works with Sexy Doctor to procure dino DNA, we're going to find 5 of the biggest... It just feels like a vehicle for nonsense. And the other thing that I think is interesting, and this is due to release next year, right? And
July 2025. I was just having a double check there. Yeah, July 2025.
Started filming this year, which is a very, very quick turnaround for a VFX-heavy movie. We're already seeing... It is a
fear, we've seen with Gareth Edwards' work in the past. I think when he's given that time to really flesh out a world and give those visual effects the time and respect that they need, you can't just pump these things out. The end results are all often absolutely mind-blowing. The creator, I don't know if you've seen the creator was, for me, visually one of the most gorgeous looking films I've ever seen in my life. And it feels like they had a lot of time really to flesh out that world and just realize it in that way. Whereas if, like you're saying, this has been shot, it's being shot now, it's going to release next year, there's not a lot of time to create some really photorealistic dinos and worlds and all the rest of it. It's going to look good.
They might have had pre-production rolling on CGI assets, and there might be more practical effects. I have no idea, but overall it's just not a good sign, is it? And it's a shame because I think Gareth Edwards, of all the directors who could be tapped to do a Jurassic Park, or if you can't be asked calling it Jurassic World, it's such a stupid redubbing of the franchise name. Of all the directors who could do that, obviously he got his start doing monster movies. It was literally, was it Monsters that he didn't
Monsters, Godzilla.
Yeah, exactly. Well. And I really, really, really like that 2014 Godzilla movie. I know people get hung up on the Bryan Cranston thing, but overall I think that's probably the best Godzilla movie we've gotten outside of Japan in the last 20 years. So that's just my take on that. So overall, I should give Edwards the benefit of the doubt because I've enjoyed most of his stuff. I haven't seen The Creator. I enjoyed Rogue One, although depending on who you talk to about that movie, how much Tony Gilroy ended up salvaging that post-production, it's one of those where I'm just looking at all the different components of this thing. And again, I like David Cope. I think he's done some really, really fun scripts in his time. Obviously, he's been doing the Equalizer scripts more recently, and those are fun movies. But overall, it just looks like content, the franchise, the movie, and yeah, I don't know. I hate this for all my dinosaur-loving friends. I mean, it could be good. You could all have a great time with this. And like you, Gareth, I enjoy me a bit of aquatic dinosaur nonsense. I agree with you. I wanted to see more of the Mosasaur in Jurassic World. But overall, it just kind of feels like keeping the franchise wheel spinning. Universal need to have their earner continuously earning. It's consistent for them. It's like Fast and Furious. I think probably they'll have entertained serious conversations about crossing the Fast and Furious over with Jurassic Park at some point.
That's the secret.
So
that's it. Vin Diesel's
Dom has been hiding out
all along.
Dom has been hiding out, and he's found a way to motorize dinosaur transportation.
Life and family finds a way. All right, that's the way.
I hope they tease him coming back by playing the first few notes of the Tokyo Drift theme. I know he's not in Tokyo Drift, but I feel like if I saw a drifting Velociraptor coming around the corner, I'd actually be down for that. The more I said this would be abominable when I opened the conversation, and now the more I work my way through it, I'm kind of like maybe the only route forward is to have Dinosaur Fast and Furious.
Too fast, too prehistoric. I don't know. I didn't think that one through. Yeah, but that's it. I'm so here for that. I'm that's all I need in my life now. It's a tough one. I am a dino boy through and through. Jurassic Park will always have a very, I hold it very dear to my heart because it's one of the first movies I ever saw as a kid, and I was just, wow, this is what we can do. Oh my goodness, it just blew my mind, and I've been a supporter of the franchise ever since, even through some dark periods. I mean, I've got a distinct story of, I remember when I was working at Leicester Square Cineworld in London, I had to do the 4DX supervising for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, so I watched that movie about 300 times. It is scorched into my brain. And I was, the first time I watched it, I was like, it's all right, yeah, I don't mind this. And then by the end of it, I was like, I never want to watch this movie again, even though I'm a dino boy. That's what it did to me.
It surely got to a point where you were watching that Brontosaurus burn to death and you were celebrating and pumping your fist in the air.
This is it. And then you just see people rocking around in the chairs. Like when people were getting stabbed by the Velociraptor, I was like, ha, that's what you get. Put me through this as well. It was a lot. But yeah, Dominion was a disappointing experience, and I was so excited coming into that. So I've been hurt before, but I'm still here. My heart just
unwittingly pitched a movie that I would rather go see than Jurassic World Rebinion or whatever this is called. I would rather watch a movie about a disgruntled 4DX Cineworld employee who massacres his audience of theatre goers with 4DX based traps, and no one understands that it's actually like serious murder going on.
No, with some pet velociraptors, that's where I was going to go. I've just got them like hiding in the back, and then as the film starts, they come out like, well, that's realistic. No, they're real. So that's it. We've pitched the follow-up to Jurassic World Rebirth, Redeath. That's it. It's going to be good. So yeah, that's where we're going with that. Let us know what you think of Jurassic World Rebirth. That's what it is. Let us know what you think of it in the comments down below. Are you excited? Could you not care less? Either way, like we've covered all sides of the discussion here, so whatever side of that conversation you fall in, you will have friends, you have backup there. So lovely. Thank you very much for watching today. I've been Gareth from What Culture. Follow myself on X at gmorgan04. Where can they follow you, Ewan, in the social media sphere? On X.
I'm on there at Ewan Bruins Things. You can also find me on Letterboxd, Instagram, wherever I'm around. I'm there. I'm there in the ether and having a good time.
So go check him out, and as we learn even more about this dino, hopefully not a disaster, we'll let you know. So have a good day wherever you are in the world, and we will see you soon. Bye bye.
Rawr.